You are now entering the Whose House podcast.
Man, I don't even know what number I'm at. This is another edition of Whose House. I think I'm in the high 60s. I have an overload of celebrities every week, all forms of aliens, all forms of moving meat coming through here.
Yo.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying, Josh?
Yeah.
Yo, John, man.
Josh. No, I'm Josh. Thanks, man.
There's all kinds of fucking, I don't know,
Moving
entities coming through here. Shout out to Vegas. There was an alien that landed and walked around, and he's in here now. He actually DM'd me. I don't even know how these guys got my fucking Instagram, or should I say my Thread account. This alien got my Thread account, DM me, and he's here with a different color hairstyle. Mr. Slushii. What's up, man?
Yo, what's up, Who Kid? How are you?
Is it me or you sound like an alien? Does he sound like a fucking alien, man?
He's getting there.
I don't know. Hi.
I'm in Earth.
Hello, I'm in it. I've come to Earth in peace.
Did you see that shit, Slushii? Like, I mean, they said that shit landed, and somebody in the backyard caught a little bit of it.
The alien in Arizona, or was it where?
In Vegas.
Bro, that happened on my birthday,
No, it didn't.
May 1st.
Get the fuck out of here.
This year.
The police saw it.
Yeah.
So that's why there's some kind of like relevancy or kind of truth to this whole account is the police saw it in the sky first, and then when it came down, some random person saw it in the backyard. And
then it was like 8 feet tall or something, right?
yeah, but why is it like...
Yeah, there it is.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
So
What's a fucking light?
Dude, the cop was freaked out, which was what kind of like...
It's not fill me with
do
confidence.
you know anything about this, Slushii, man? I know you're into like fucking tech and future shit and flying saucers and all kind of shit.
I'm really interested in like alien and like UFO type stuff, just because like I think the world there's too much going on for us to believe that there's only one universe. I feel like that's like I think it's just crazy. So like I don't know.
I mean, does that hinder like the way you live or what you do? Because you're not a normal person, like
yeah.
Because I know a lot of people and they have like, I mean, you could tell by looking at them what goals they have going for them. Like either they want to make money, they want to buy like houses, and they want to like get an unbelievable, like you could tell they want a record deal, they want to fucking be famous. You look like you're happy just to be
I'm
Slushii.
just here.
Yeah.
I'm just,
Coming from the first time I met you in Vancouver, and it was organic. You were like, especially when, I mean, it was kind of cute that fucking Steve Aoki played your fucking single first, and you couldn't fucking hold it in.
I was so excited.
You were like going ham, and I felt like you added up in your head, like what's gonna happen in the future by him playing that song.
I've literally, it's weird. Like the way I've lived my life, I've kind of had everything like, I plan 20, 30 steps ahead always. Always.
Really?
Like when I was, I remember being, a sophomore, junior in high school and going, I'm gonna play Ultra. I'm gonna do it. And I would be like walking around in PE class, telling all my friends like on the bus, I'm gonna be making X amount of money at a show. I'm gonna do it.
Oh shit!
And it was just, I like, and dude, I graduated 455 or 495 out of 500 at my high school. I graduated from the bottom, bro.
Yo,
It's crazy.
I mean, I'm not stupid, but is that stupidity or that's excellence?
I think it's a bit of both, It's like, it's controlled stupidity, So like my thing was this. So like I passed in music classes, got A+, everything, writing, because, I was always into like writing stories and stuff like that growing up, and like lyrics and like poetry, whatever. But like math, science, straight D's to F's all around, like, and the music classes and that were so offset that was the only reason I graduated, was because I was excelling so much in the creative kind of side. And my principal, Mr. Catani, who I actually went back and he actually had me, after I graduated, come back and talk to the teachers to kind of like see how they can reorganize their curriculum to better suit creative students. Yeah. So it's crazy.
So were you like kind of like handicapped, or like like there's like isn't there like a handicap class?
But yeah.
Where they all hang out back in the days. They used to
Special
put 'em-
needs.
They used to put them in like one room. Used to be in there too, or
Yeah. So I'm actually I've got Asperger's. So I've
Okay.
Asperger's, ADHD.
so you got everything.
Yeah. So when I was 13, I was diagnosed, and when I was like 11, 12, was diagnosed
Mm-hmm.
with one, and then was diagnosed with the other. So I was in the lower level classes and everything, but like, it was a really interesting experience because I feel like I learned a lot about like people and like social interaction and like because when I was I used to be really low functioning when I was in high school and middle school, and like I had to kind of learn social cues and all this other stuff as I went on, and obviously like I've gotten to a place now where I'm just loving life and enjoying it, but there was a time where it was like really difficult for me to even like talk to people, and music was like the first language.
That was your great escape too, right?
Yeah.
Explain the scenarios where'd you live? What part of town you were at? What state?
I was in Mount Laurel, New Jersey.
What the fuck is that?
It's like 15 20 minutes from Philly, like an hour from New
Kind of
York.
like near Atlantic City type shit? Or-
Yeah,
okay.
yeah, like 40 minutes out from like Ocean City, Atlantic City, that area.
So what goes on over there? I mean, 100 people live in that town?
20,000. It's like it's weird. It's like a pseudo farm town. Like I lived in a townhouse in front of a farm.
Really?
Growing up, like there was like people
Animals and shit like that?
animals and shit behind my house, and then it was just like a townhouse like neighborhood that like my mom won on auction or on like a sweepstakes because we were constantly moving when I was growing up, and like she had entered to like get the townhouse at a certain price like rent wise. I mean we had won and it was like just kind of changed, because we were living I think in Cherry Hill, which is another place in New Jersey at the time.
As a hood, like another hood, or as
Like 10 minutes from Camden, I think. But I actually used to go to concerts all the time in Camden at the Susquehanna.
get
Great
the hell
area.
out of here.
Yeah.
How was like, I guess the drugs and all that stuff in the area? Was it like fucking? What's that shit they do over there, John?
Meth.
Yeah, thank you, John.
Kids love the meth.
He already knew. Thank you. I'm not an expert in this field, but that's why I have John here.
Well, I was very sheltered kind of growing up. Like,
Okay.
I mean, self-sheltered. Like, I was really into computers. I spent a lot of my time on the inside. I didn't really like.
You're like me. I was always home.
Yeah, just playing video games all
I
day.
love home. I love that shit.
But I had my best friend would always tell me. I think his roommate in college was addicted to heroin and would steal his video games every week. So like he would notice like, okay, Call of Duty's missing now, or like
he already knew.
it was so that was the only really instance I guess of that I. It's super random. I know it's like a really random example, but
man,
like
what the fuck?
I'd be pissed if I woke up and my copy of Guitar Hero was missing. So I don't know, but
Heroin, man, it takes everything from everybody, man. Guitar Hero.
Guitar Hero.
What the fuck?
Street Fighter 4 Tournament Edition. Like it's not cool.
Past lives could never hold me to this love. Sweeter when it's finally found. I've got the strangest feeling. This isn't our first time around. Past lives could never come between us. Sometimes the dreamers finally wake up. Don't wake me up, not dreaming.
Fatality.
Don't wake me up, not dreaming. Past lives could never hold me to this love. Sweeter when it's finally found. I've got the strangest feeling. This isn't our first time around.
Shout out to Hardin, Las Vegas, the best dispensary in the world.
When I met you, you didn't look like the way you look now. Like,
Yeah.
and so being, like, were you always overweight when you were young too? Like,
Yeah.
Did you deal with bullying and all that craziness?
So when I was like maybe 12,
Like textbook bullying? Like little kids like bothering you and shit like that?
It was a mixture of my dad was never really in the picture, so like I started kind of emotionally eating at like 12 or 13, and then
Oh, wow. Okay.
so I was a skinny kid till I was maybe like 10 or 11.
So you started skinny. That's crazy.
And my BMI got super high. I was super stressed with school and everything, and you know, I don't know. I ended up getting to a point where, you know, I was touring. I was 325 pounds, and I just really couldn't. I couldn't move. I couldn't dance. I couldn't like jump. Like I grew up, you know, admiring like Skrillex and how like he was able.
He was
to,
very
you know,
energetic. Yeah.
jump on the decks without even like a second thought. And I always wanted. That was my dream, was to be able like to do something like that. And you know, so I ended up getting the like the bariatric sleeve because my BMI was just so dangerously high that I was not going to live a very long life otherwise.
Get the fuck out of here.
But it's been about a year going on 2, and I've kept it off, and I've been, you know, changed my diet completely, and you know, I just feel great, and I don't feel like I had sleep apnea before. Like I would snore in my sleep, and I would stop breathing in my sleep. That completely went away.
So it's crazy when you have those issues, like your friends are like very low. We had like 2 friends, 1 friend, 3. How many friends you had back then? Like
the people that are from high school that I never talked to, that bullied me. That
and
like,
now they see you now. See
they're
ya.
like, bro, dude. Okay, so
Motherfuckers.
I'm not gonna name names, but there was this kid. There was a rival DJ in my high school.
Holy.
And I was playing Ultra one year, and
that's a stab right there.
bro. So this dude in high school was getting all the girls while I was in my bedroom working on music, just doing my thing, you know. And I played Ultra for the first time, and okay, so I'll paint the picture. Logistically, it would have been impossible to get him passes because he texted me an hour before my set.
Oh,
He goes, "I'm at the gate. Can you get me in?"
this guy has no shame.
Like, bro, you've been to festivals. You know how impossible it is.
You might as well forget about it.
It's insane. But it was just like, it was a moment of like, oh my God.
And you're about to go on.
Yeah.
Did you? Please tell me you texted back. Fuck you, like.
No,
please.
I just didn't respond. Didn't respond.
I mean, that's the same.
Yeah.
That's the same. You know.
Well, because I mean, again, I never want to be like outwardly negative, but it's like I'm not gonna like.
And that's your moment.
Like, you should know what the answer is already.
This is not your fucking like 30th time doing, you know, Ultra and shit like that. It's like all this is going on the first time you're there. Fuck you.
Yeah, well, if you're listening to this and you know who you are, I love you, but that was not cool.
Jokes Up Ice Cream Dispensary is the #1 cannabis dispensary in Studio City and Los Angeles, offering the highest quality and the best prices on ice cream cannabis. Jokes Up Ice Cream and Wicked will release Houdini this month.
Hip hop has always been the X factor that's like brought crazier shine to other stuff. Like if you think about like the 90s with rock, you know, Run DMC and Aerosmith bringing rock and rap together. There's an album called Judgment Night. It's for the movie. It's the soundtrack for the movie Judgment Night. It's got like Slayer and Ice-T. It's got like Cypress Hill and like
Ice-T was the first to like, you know, touch up with heavy metal dudes and.
But I feel like it's a resurgence of that in a way where it's like, you know, we're getting all these crazy collaborations, like, you know, like again, like Purple Lamborghini, Rick Ross and Skrillex, where it's like.
That was hard.
Like, that's such a marriage and a love letter to those two genres that I feel like, you know, it's like I love that type of like just crazy off the wall, like nobody ever thought that this collab would happen, and it's here, and it sounds even better than we could have ever imagined, you know. So like,
is it safe to say that you were a homebody? Your mom supported you anyway? My mom was like, turn that shit off, like, but your mom probably wasn't like that.
Well, so my mom actually, my mom and dad are both singers.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, so they open minded with that shit.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. So they were just like, go do your thing. My mom did a freestyle in the 90s, like freestyle like dance type.
Really?
Yeah. It was like the East Coast wave.
Please don't tell me your mom was the one that was teaching people how to break dance. You ever saw that fucking video with that chick that white chick that teaches everybody how to break dance?
That sounds very uncomfortable.
Well, if you know, she was on I think Dance Party USA.
No way.
Yeah.
I think I was on there. I was on there.
Really?
Yeah, I was on there.
That's wild.
Somebody found an old video of me. We all had everybody had the Guido haircuts and shit, and I was the only black kid with a Kango. Like,
Oh my God.
somebody
dude.
found that shit. I was like, oh God,
It's East Coast vibes, man. It's East Coast vibes.
What was the catalyst like when you were young to upgrade? Is it moving out of where you're at, or was it, what made you switch up to fucking become who you are? Because you're a very complicated individual, man.
Yeah.
And you're very conservative too. You're very quiet, but I feel like you choose your moments to blast off.
Yeah. I just feel like I've always had this I don't know, this just love to just do my own thing, like if people are on just doing this thing, that's why I really don't listen to a lot of outside music. I listen to what I was inspired by growing up, but I really don't listen to a lot of new music, just because I'm I like to be in my own world, kind of and just I like to be surrounded by all the stuff that I like, and it inspires me. And
where's the wrestling come into play? Where did that come in?
Oh well, the Wachovia Center would always have
oh my God,
Monday Night Raw, ECW would all they and my uncle was really into wrestling, is still really into wrestling. So he planted the seed with the Undertaker and all the classic matches and stuff, the Attitude Era and stuff.
So he used
that.
to take you there. That's why you were but you always bug out when you see me hang with these guys. It's nothing
because I used to watch them on TV every Saturday, every Monday. I was religious with it, bro. I would watch SmackDown and watch ECW and Raw, all three of them every week. Whenever my mom would be able to afford it, we would go to the ECW SmackDown tapings that they would do, the Raw
gangster.
tapings.
What?
It was fun. We actually I met Chili from TLC randomly.
Randomly.
Just she was just in the crowd with her son. It was super random, but it was during the Slammy Awards. But I'm such a big wrestling fan, man. I could talk wrestling all day. My name is written on a sheet in Singapore. So that is that's the craziest thing to me still is dude, I didn't leave New Jersey till I was 18.
Shit.
So I to kind of circle back to what you asked about earlier, how I ended up getting into this. My manager at the time, Mo Shalizi, who's Marshmallow's manager.
Yes. That's the homie right there. Yeah.
He reached out while I was working at Best Buy customer service, and I was in college at the same time, and he reached out, wanted me to send him some music, and I sent him a folder of 50 to 60 songs, and I had no semblance or even I always thought making it was such a far goal, but what is making it? It's such a subjective thing, but I was cool, having a manager would be fun, and I went with it, and it ended up taking me to the craziest places, and it's just been such a surreal experience.
How does it feel that you're behind some of the Marshmallow shit? You see him in front of 100,000 motherfuckers, and you're behind some of that shit.
Well,
how does that feel like
behind the collabs?
Yeah.
It's really cool. I think that the records that we worked on together, I'll never forget, just being able to work on those songs in the studio and being able to because I remember us having the conversations and FaceTiming about what vocal thing are we going to put here? What, having those little, the making of, I whenever I hear Twinbo, which is one of our collabs,
Wow.
I just go I just think of the, us talking about finishing the song. And the fact that it's been out for almost, I think, 6 or 7 years now, that's just weird to think about. But it's cool.
My experience is I was the thief of Baghdad, so me stealing a fucking somehow getting a hold of a Biggie acapella, and he died and nobody heard it. The adrenaline rush of putting that song together,
dude.
And then I call 50 Cent and tell him to do a verse. It's just an outer body experience. And then when you see that we're randomly in Africa and there's 80,000 people and everybody know word for word this stolen song I put together. So that's why I want me DJ to DJ. I'm just trying to see like,
Dude, I still remember getting verified on Twitter.
and that's crazy,
bro. I was in my first semester in college, and I was like, I had just started at Best Buy, and this was right after like I had just signed with Mo, and I was like, getting verified would be pretty cool. And and then like, and then it happened, and then like this was back when like. Just everything was just happening like as you think, just so fast, and like it just sets such a crazy precedent for when it all kind of like simmers down a bit, like because I feel like there's an initial like, oh my god, who is this person, and then you kind of like settle down, and then if you still have it, you come back again, and then you're just here. You know what I mean? Like that's kind of how I feel like. I don't know. That's at least that's been kind of like my trajectory of like.
So you're in a roller coaster type situation where I've interviewed like Steve Aoki, Calvin. They all had like different experiences, especially like Steve Aoki. Like he went through like he got it kind of quick too.
Yeah.
But now it's like different. He said he can't even describe like the feelings. So. If I could scientifically try to fucking analyze how we feel, I'm gonna put a book out, man. Like try to sell that shit, man. Because it's like I don't know. It's like a drug. It's like you're taking a drug, but you're not really using drugs.
Yeah.
And you have to be a DJ. Like the controlling of like 50,000 people, and you anything you say, they do. And sometimes you could just play, you just fuck around like
yeah.
Like,
and they do it. That's the crazy part. You're literally like. That was me, like.
But if you look like really deep into it, like leaders of the world, like that run countries, and they're like doing speeches or controlling, they use like obviously their speeches, the vocal cords, but your music and your physical attributes is controlling these motherfuckers, and then it stays with them too.
Yeah. And
then the next fucking batch of people in another fucking country that don't even speak English. And I learned that from seeing Eminem. Like my first show, when I saw Eminem do 100,000 people in London, and I was so nervous. I had to like open up with 50, and then I had to DJ. I've never been so scared, but once I got past that, I could do anything. Like once I passed like Jamaica, you do Kingston, and you do like Africa, like Angola and shit like that. You can DJ anywhere. Fear is over. Like I don't give a fuck if it's like. I love it. I'd be like, whatever.
What does 100,000 people even look like?
Bro, it's like an endless sea of mother. It's like you don't even see the end. You know when you're at the beach and you can't see the end until the sun goes and disappears and you can see like the line.
Yeah.
So imagine like, so Eminem would just be like, "Yo, watch me put my hands up." Bro, it's fucking like it's almost like a cult type situation where
that's crazy.
We're in Japan and nobody's speaking English.
But like, dude, the fact that it's all good energy and it's all like you're like controlling 100,000 people and filling them with good energy. That's such a cool thing, and that to me is like, I just think it's cool. Well, so as far as like DJing, I think of it like I've been curating my iTunes library since I was 11. I've had my iTunes library uploaded to the cloud. A lot of my set is like my iTunes playlist of like my high school jams and like, but I mix it in with my own music. Yeah. So it's like on the DJ side, I kind of just am like, I didn't really start DJing. I'm a producer that also just so happens to DJ. So there's like, I think there's that distinction too. And then on the producer side, I just really do whatever is just like whatever feels right in the moment. I see colors when I produce. Wow. So like I see specific songs as specific color. I don't know if that's like a thing, but like if certain songs are red, certain songs are like purple or green or blue, depending on like certain pad sounds. Like I can picture the chords in my head.
What?
Like I can't read music at all, but that's kind of how I always really understood music, was like kind of like I can almost like see Ableton in my head. So like whenever I'm away from my laptop, and I'm sure like a lot of producers are like this as well, but like I kind of like formulate it before I even really like, my brain will kind of like go through the processes, and if it's a cool idea, I'll just run downstairs and I'll make it in like 20-30 minutes.
Can you create emotions? Like can you control emotions with your shit?
Well, so I control my emotions with it. and I would assume that like we're all humans.
So human
like
human connection.
So I make music based off of like if I want to evoke sadness or I want to evoke happiness, I'll listen to it. If I feel that way, then I feel I've done my job. But it's like that's kind of like music is like therapy for me in a way, in that way. So like yes, I'm learning to control my emotions, and it's like positive hypnosis in a way, I would say.
I mean, I don't be in the studio a lot, but when I was, I feel like it's just you're in the moment.
Yeah.
Do you need like fucking something to happen to do shit? Like how
No.
rappers need like something going on or break up with a chick, and you don't need none of that shit.
I have my lap. I could literally make a song right now if I wanted to.
Right. Yo, it's crazy, man. Yo, John, man, you have a little dick problem. Maybe
You're right, exactly.
Maybe
Very small penis, micro penis.
Maybe he'll do a beat for it.
Yeah. Pick it up a little bit. That'll help me out.
I don't think
Just a 15-minute jazz odyssey.
just don't beat it.
Shout out to Hardin, Las Vegas, the best dispensary in the world.
Yo, explain this Steve Aoki connection. Is there a good history behind that, or that was the first time when I first met you? Was that the first time you interacted with him, or you knew him from before?
It was. I think maybe the second time I met him.
Wow, really?
Because I had opened for him in Albuquerque with a buddy of mine. Okay, I think you might know. Okay, he's another trap DJ. But
Okay.
basically, I met him there for the first time, and then I think the second time when we met, it was when we did the One True Love record, which is like our collab.
So even when you first met him, he didn't know about your songs or nothing yet. He didn't debut anything. He knew about your music,
Yeah.
but he didn't debut anything.
Yeah, it
So-
was like I opened to kind of, it was like a test the water.
So
type
I
of
was
deal.
there turning up with you on stage the first time
Yeah,
when we all was there turning the fuck up.
that was
everything
like
was the first.
that was I had never.
So I was imprinted on you that day.
Yeah.
It's a rap. That's crazy. Yo, you hear this shit, John, man? I was there to fucking
It's all coming together.
the first fucking spark. I felt like a nigga Thanos.
But I will say, our call that we had when I was kind of figuring out my life, and we got into the whole designer record thing, that you changed the course of my life in such a positive way,
Yeah.
because I gained a sense of self-respect when it comes to being my own producer and being my own boss and just doing my own thing. I don't know.
Oh yeah, so it kind of
You know?
like the catalytic fucking explosions made you start making your own decisions in life. Like
Yeah.
for
'Cause
that
I was like, wait,
for that part,
I was like, we can just do a song and we could just do a video
and just go ham.
and just do it. Like, and that blew my mind, because like, again, like I'm very by the books. So it's like, but it's cool.
I mean, it was amazingly random. Like even you didn't understand what was going on. When
No,
when Bob
no.
Saget walked in, you were like,
It's like, what?
How was that? How was that experience to meet this guy? I known him for like years, but
It was just weird. I mean, but like good, the best kind of weird. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I've only been like really kind of surreal weirded out twice. Meeting Bob Saget, meeting Will Smith.
wow.
Only 2 times I was ever just like because the air, they have an aura about them. You know what I mean?
It's like they bend it like the Matrix. You
Yeah,
remember? He was like,
yeah.
He bent the fucking. And he's just mind-boggling. He's mind-bogglingly like the most humblest person I ever met. I think top number 1 is Snoop. I think Bob Saget is probably top that. Like he's on top of that.
Dude.
He came, parked his car regularly. He had a Lexus.
Yeah.
He just like called his wife and was like, "Yeah, I'm doing this hip hop video with he was Slushii and you know my boy Who Kid, like, and it was just like
cool.
he didn't have to do that. Like this is the guy that gets paid like $1 million just to be somewhere. And he's hanging with us in some random rented mansion in the hills in Hollywood, and he's just there for like 2-3 hours, and he's listening to us and
Cooking bacon, like actually cooking bacon.
and he's teaching you about camera angles and
That was the
nerdy shit.
Yeah, he was giving stage direction. It was so, but it was like, because you could tell he had been in the game for a long time, because he was like, yeah, if you want to get this angle here, and that was cool to
And
see.
you were listening like crazy, and I don't know who the idiot was that put dry ice in the fucking.
Oh yeah.
And the shit almost like exploded on
Yeah.
their faces and shit.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
Well, because it was to imitate steam, right?
Yeah, man, it was a bad move. But we had a lot of fun putting that shit together, man. Like,
Yeah.
I really like. I mean, that was my first time I asked him because originally it was supposed to be Willie Nelson.
No way.
Yeah, but he was in Hawaii.
Oh, yeah.
So he was like, yeah, I would have did it, but I'm in Hawaii, buddy. Like, his accent and shit. So
I'm in Hawaii, buddy.
I literally just called like whoever's on my phone and just to do an appearance. I think Willie Nelson would have been an ill chef, and plus he smokes weed.
Oh,
So
yeah.
he gets baked. So
Oh, yeah.
yeah, whoever it is got to be like a pothead. Bob Saget was like third.
Yeah.
It was supposed to be Willie Nelson or it was supposed to be Cheech, like Cheech and
Oh,
Chong.
that would have been crazy.
Yeah, Cheech and Chong was like in Mexico doing an art gallery because they own like an art gallery that they're promoting. So he wasn't there. So Bob Saget, he was home. He just drove the fuck up there, and I'm like, yo. And then he didn't care who it was. I said, yo, this is a big DJ. I have to make believe that you're like bigger than life.
Yeah,
so you
yeah,
be there.
yeah.
But he didn't even give a fuck about that, So he still
Yeah.
came. So I was like, all
It
right.
was a really fun
Designer
shoot.
was late. Everybody,
Yeah.
he's like in the mall shopping for gear. I'm like, motherfucker.
He was shopping for the shoot the day of the shoot. Like,
Shout out to Hardin, Las Vegas, the best dispensary in the world.
Bring it back and back with a slushie. Little mama hot and she pretty. Make a lot of bands in the city. She got a Bentley and a Lamborghini. She playing hard to get inside the kitty. I make a lot of money like Diddy. And I got the power like 50. Yeah, I keep the real ones with me. Yeah, I keep some real ones with me. I got a lot of money and I'm patient. But I love your bra, she basic. Got a new bitch, she like to taste it. Peanut butter nigga, her favorite. Damn, my niggas got it out the basement. Rollie on my arm, 2 faces. Shout out to my cuz, 2 faces. Shout out to the bloods, 2 faceless. Bacon, 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 bacon. I'm high up, yeah, I keep baking. Lil' mama, get in my spaceship. I get a lot of cash like poker chips. Every reach before I go for that. You don't wanna play, I got a boost clip. Slide over cars on some movie shit. The way that she lit, lock. Sucking on my cock. Baby, I don't want you to stop. Baby, I don't want you to stop. You fuck with that.
How did you deal with your problem? You told me you had some overdose issues. Like,
yes.
Let's talk about that.
I overdosed last year.
And it was last year. I thought it was years ago.
It was last year.
Damn, you was turning up. So you're just taking all the success and you're wallet, yo. That's really like when you get shit so fast, you feel like you're untouchable, right?
And then you crash and burn and you realize, man,
wow,
none of these people are here for me at all, and I'm alone, and it's real, man. Like I overdosed, and thank God came back. I don't remember much.
Somebody was there to help you, or
So I went missing in LA for like a day. Crazy, dude. Well, so I left my phone at home.
No way. So that's even
and
worse.
I was doing a crap ton of shrooms. Which is what made me even more worried about designer situation, because again, like shrooms for the brain, or it's I don't know, but
damn.
But I came back from it. My family was there to support me and everything like that, and
you said that you actually felt like you went somewhere else.
yeah, I saw like a door,
Really?
like a black I don't know if it was like a hallucination from like being that like close to death, but like it was like a doorway. That's all I remember. It was just a door, like a black like starry kind of doorway.
A lot of people always say that it could be because we're designed to think there's a door, so that's something that your brain kicks in or your mind kicks in because you're in that zone. Or it could just be like, yo, there is a door.
But what did you OD on? It wasn't shrooms, though, right?
Oh no, it was Xanax.
I see.
Wow.
Okay.
Yes.
So
yeah.
that's
I was also I I was going. Hold on, my shoe is like. I was going through a bunch of like crazy,
emotional roller coaster.
emotional
shit
and like just music industry stuff at the same time.
There was no girl shit either. Were you dealing with girl shit? Like,
Dude, I was super single. It was just a stack up of a bunch of things, and it was like, it was one of the everybody has those days where the pressure is just like
how do you
just
stop
make or
that?
break,
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow.
So like now a year later, you know, I went to the hospital. I was in like 5150 for 2 weeks. I missed 4th of July. So it was, you know, we're coming on like a year anniversary of it now.
Damn.
But, you know, I don't think I would be the person I am today
if you didn't go through that route.
Like I needed to, you know, really realize how fragile life is. You know, sometimes and this is like even now, like every day this week, there's been a time where I've just stopped and gone like, okay, my heart is still beating. I'm still alive. Whatever's going on, like it cannot be that bad if I'm still here. So that's something that like after the incident happened, like every day I'm just thankful to be here. And you know, the friends that did call me in the hospital, like again, like my best friend Andy.
I didn't even notice. This was last year.
Yeah, well, I only really just kind of came out about it like recently, but it was one of those things where like, dude, because you know I hate reaching out to people, and I'm not that the guy to reach out when I need help. So I tried to soldier it alone, and it was you know, but now I am just a lot more open to just everything now. I feel just so much better now.
It's crazy because like I mean, not to say you hide it well, but I never got that vibe when I'm hanging with you. I felt like, you know, everybody got issues, but you look like you're dealing with whatever. You're cool. You come, we link up, we have a good time, we go eat, do the beats, do some songs,
play some video
ideas.
games.
Yeah, I never got that from you. So, but that's the problem. Like, you know, a lot of people just, it's hard to like analyze or see that unless the person comes out and broadcasts it. If I knew that, I would have been checking up on you. I would have been texting you.
But it's like a lot of people, like I was at war with myself.
Yeah.
You know, so it's like I never want to involve anybody else in a war with myself.
So you kind of like fought yourself and tried to repair yourself by yourself.
Right.
And then
failed at it, and
failed
then
big time. And thank God you didn't fail all the way.
Yeah.
But you still won against your war. Like you still, but that's your version of winning.
Yeah.
Like a rock star. Like rock dudes do that shit all the time. They
like
overdose
Keith
like
Richards. Like, let's go, dude.
He overdosed like 30 times, yo, and they still don't get it until like, you know what I'm saying? You know?
So I mean, you know, it was a wake up call for sure. And like it just again made me realize how fragile life is. I, you know, go out so much more than I used to, and like I'm just you know, I'm gonna live. I live every single day to the fullest, you know, and that's been my thing.
Jokes Up Ice Cream Dispensary is the #1 cannabis dispensary in Studio City and Los Angeles. Jokes Up Ice Cream and Wicked will release Houdini this month.
TikTok shit is the weirdest shit, man. It brings back like shit from like, all you need is like one TikTok to go super viral, and now you're like in millions of fucking streams and shit, and you're like #1 on countless fucking platforms. And now, what are you doing? You bringing it back out? Like, what did you tell me earlier, that your name wasn't on the original shit?
So there's a song Past Lives that's been out since 2020. I released it for free.
Holy shit.
And somebody took the song. So, okay, rewind. It is a remix. I sampled a band called Borns. They have a song called Past Lives. I sampled the intro. And then I made like a lo-fi beat on top of it. And I made instrumentation on top of it. I uploaded it for free because I sampled it. I obviously couldn't afford to get it cleared. I had to go through Interscope.
Yeah.
So I uploaded it for free. Somebody took it upon themselves to redistribute my version to Spotify, spelled my name wrong, and put their name on it.
No.
So I put it out as Sapient Dream, which is my like second my lo-fi project.
Yeah.
And they misspelled it. So that wasn't, you know, I was just like upset that now I might potentially be in legal trouble with Interscope over this sample because somebody else.
Oh, so you had to get your lawyer to fucking
So
smooth that out.
Here's where we figured it out. An hour before my flight to Asia, I re-recorded the vocals myself.
No way.
So I got him sounding exactly like the original Borns vocals, and we're swapping the songs.
Wow.
So I'm getting all the streams for it, all of everything, praying. But it's officially coming out. So it's a silver lining to like a 4-year long, 3-year long battle with this song.
And it's kind of like a weird connection, especially what you went through last year, and then your hit number one song is called "Past Lives."
It's crazy.
That's so weird, man. It's like.
But the weirdest part, I think the weirdest part to me is that like when I would be scrolling through TikTok or Shorts, like we're obviously in the process of getting everything switched over, but like every second song, every third song is past lives. So for that 3-4 months that we were trying to get it figured out, it was like, damn, this just sucks. And I was like last year we were trying to get it out, or just like. I've had my music has I have over 90 to 100 finished songs, and it's really difficult to figure out release dates for every single release. So it's like a lot of the time I'll get caught up in like label contracts and stuff like that, and it just gets depressing because it's like I want to release music and I want to do it on my own terms, but now since I re-recorded it myself, it's all us.
Oh, that's fire.
So now we've just I'm super excited for it.
Super domino effect, man. That's crazy.
But yeah, man, I'm just excited.
Your name always was Slushii? What was your original DJ name? Was it always Slushii when you were young?
It was a DJ Swoon.
What the fuck is that?
I just like swoon, like pass out. It was like my high school DJ name, and thank the Lord SoundCloud removed my account. Because then I renamed it. Well, I was originally Slushii. Well, no, Sushi first, and I would say it. I would say like I misspeak sometimes.
Slushy's gangster though. I fuck with that.
Thank you.
Know what I'm saying? Who the fuck don't like slushies, man? I had a slushie the other day.
Dude, what's your favorite?
Cherry. The McDonald's ones is the banging, especially 3 a.m. There's nothing to order. Oh my god. Fuck it. You're not supposed to eat McDonald's because it's killing us slowly, but. You can't go wrong with the slushie.
I mean, what isn't though?
At 3 a.m., man.
You deserve it.
Yeah, fuck that.
Have you had the Grimace shake yet?
Ugh.
No, what the fuck is that, slushie? What is that?
So it's in McDonald's lore, it is Grimace's birthday, so they gave him his own meal and shake.
Come on, man.
Isn't the shtick that people are getting killed by it or something like that? Isn't that the deal? That's what people are uploading.
the Grimace shake.
Oh my god,
it's a
man.
thing.
So it's sold out everywhere in LA right now. So I tried to like Uber Eats it, and the Grimace shake is just always it's the Grimace meal. It's his birthday, man. Come on.
Did you have it, John, to be so disgusted?
I've not had it yet, but people are posting videos of themselves getting killed by it.
No way.
Yeah.
Grimace.
Come on. Oh my god! So, your style of how you look, how did you get influenced by that? Was there a DJ, somebody you looked up to, shit like that? Like your whole image. Like explain the whole science of how you became who you are.
I would say image-wise, I take a lot of inspiration from like fashion. Like I love Pharrell. Huge fan of Pharrell.
Oh wow.
And like his work with like Human Made and like Human Race and just like the connection with Nigo and everything and like Bape. I just like I'm such a big like streetwear fan that like I just kind of tried to bring that into like the kind of anime side of like my nerdy kind of like marriage the two together.
You love Japan? You like the Asian culture? I love it.
It's like my favorite place in the world.
Yeah, I mean, I got Japanese kids, so
Let's go. Hold up.
Yeah. Let's see what goodies you have here. This guy brought some goodies.
Okay.
Explain what's going on here, Slushii.
So you told me that. So I used to collect Yu-Gi-Oh cards when I was little.
Shout out to my sons Ken and Ryu. I named them after Street Fighter, by the way.
Yo, sure you can.
I'm glad I have a daughter. Oh, that a nigga Chun Li, but couldn't do it.
So I'm gonna start small. This is a playmat.
Wow. What is that? Explain that.
So this is a Yu-Gi-Oh. This came with one of like the legendary boxes. This is like these aren't very hard to find, but you will have something to play the cards on.
Yo.
Yeah. So let me.
That's fire right there.
Here. This will just be. This is just to house what is coming next.
Shit.
So
It's just to house what is coming next.
yo, let's go. Okay,
House what is coming next.
so
This is just to house what is coming next.
Yeah, I'm like a nerd too.
so
she-
I brought over some Japanese packs.
Mm.
So these are let's see.
Wow.
These are like, I want to say these are probably like, I actually got these maybe like pre-pandemic, but got some packs for you.
Fire.
I got a
Ayukin.
prismatic dark magician. I bought the pair of Adidas that came with them,
Holy shit.
and from my personal collection because
Ooh.
I gotta share the classics. This is from 2000, I think from 2002.
Ooh. Ayukin.
This is an original Kaiba starter deck.
No way.
These don't exist. It's sealed.
Oh shit.
So I from one Yu-Gi-Oh fan to another, I gotta keep the tradition going.
Fire, dogs.
But you gotta open it.
Holy shit. Oh man.
There's a blue eyes in here, but yeah, man. Brought over some classics.
Wow, he set you up.
Yo, my sons are gonna go crazy. You know, I don't want to be racist, but the Japanese motherfuckers love that shit.
Dude, these are actually like I got these in Japan. These three.
No, really.
Yeah.
That's fire, dogs.
And then this one is like, dude, I got this when I was like 5 or 6.
What? What video games are you into? The new Mortal Kombat is coming out in
Dude, it
September,
looks.
and the shit is crazy with the fucking combining of all the multiple hits and combos, and you could use 2 at the same time to combine the combos. That's complicated. I can't wait to
Yeah.
figure that out.
Yeah, I'm really excited.
I'm a nerd with that type of shit, man. I kill my cousin every week. He
Yeah.
gets pissed off. It's like, you know, it's crazy about Mortal Kombat because you could really get angry playing that game.
Dude, yeah.
Like, and I beat him 100 times. So that one time he wins, I get pissed off. If he
Yeah,
wins-
and you're like, and you have to play one more time so you can beat him, to
so I
like
can-
even it out.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
But he can't go to sleep unless he gets that one win. So
Then
we're
it-
going at it till 2 in the morning, like going fucking ham. Who do you
Yeah.
play games with?
Dude, so me and my cousin AJ that I grew up with, we would always every other weekend I would go to Philly and stay to his house. We would play Mortal Kombat 3 on the Nintendo
Oh
64
shit, you were playing the classic ones.
and Mortal
Played that
Kombat
the other
Trilogy.
day, actually, that's one with the neck bending.
Yeah,
So-
yeah. And Sub-Zero pulling the
he's like, it's like it's very like it's not as fluid as the new one, but it's still
Yeah.
funny to watch. Like,
Oh yeah.
and it's still disgusting. It's
And
still
it-
like crazy.
It looks so real now. That's the crazy part.
I don't even know why people go to college. Just play Mortal Kombat, and you could be like a medical doctor. You know what I'm saying?
Like, look at that,
Look at this. Oh, that's the new one. See that shit?
bro.
Come on, man. Look at that. Oh,
That looks so cool.
no way. Look at that shit.
Wow, that was clean.
But look how clean that shit is. I don't get hard-ons from like
The camera angles, bro.
yeah, but I never get hard on by those videos because that's when I remember back in the days I used to fucking go crazy thinking that, and then when you play the game, it's just
It's just like a sequence
the
or
movie,
something.
the movie parts
Yup.
of it. Yeah.
Yeah.
But this shit right here, look,
That's in game, right?
yeah, this is in game.
That's gameplay. Yeah.
Yeah, look at that. Look, see how you could combine them? Look at that.
Dude, Raiden, let's go.
And I think you could combine like the fatalities too with both.
Oh, Melina and Katana are fighting again?
Yeah.
Or do you secretly covet my throne?
Sounds like my bitch.
I wonder if it's gonna be like Armageddon or
Story mode. Look at that. Look at that.
because Armageddon you could build a fatality, and you could like stack moves.
Bro.
Dude, Kung Lao.
I can't. Yo, so I will get like, I have like 10 links, 10 free downloads to give away on air. I could make you like a fake winner. I'll just say, yeah.
Dude, this is I've been playing Mortal Kombat since the womb.
Ugh. Wow.
Oh, that is crazy.
Look at But look, you could
That's so
combine.
gruesome.
You could combine the fatalities with both players.
dude.
And then there's like a nuclear fuck. Look at this.
Oh, that's awful.
Oh,
yo. No.
Kung Lao, let's go.
That's awful.
And he ripped his still beating hard out. Let's go. All right, that was crazy.
Look.
Yeah. my god.
This is too much.
It gets worse and worse.
It's the sounds. It's the sounds.
Yo, Slushy's having a hard on right now, like me.
Dude.
Yo,
This is okay. So I heard about it. This is my first time actually seeing the trailer. Wait! You can't stop it on Sub-Zero.
look at this.
Oh, no.
They brought it back, and they're teaming up.
September 19th. We're
Let's
getting
go.
it. We're getting it really early, so maybe we can have it before you go to fucking China.
I mean,
You see.
yo, we gotta play it though.
Play that shit over there. Yeah, we should play it. Yo, I hate playing online because these kids are fucking murderous out there.
Yeah.
You get some like small ass 8-year-old in China fucking you up. That shit's crazy. And then they be like, "Fuck you, stupid nigga." Like I'm like, what? There's like no racism in that live shit. I gotta get that fucking, you know what I'm saying? I gotta get the mic piece so I can curse these motherfuckers out.
Xbox Live.
But they did research on how people curse each other out on. It's not really racism. It's just them shenanigans and shit. Like you don't really,
It's a hint of racism. in there.
you don't. I mean, you don't really take it that serious. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, when you play Fortnite and then there's like a crew of people and you going up against another crew, or Call of Duty, you're in a team. Everybody's cursing each other out.
I've never been that mad.
Are you really gonna like really get pissed off? Like, unless you lose, people
Yeah.
they come at you after your whole team lose, and then they be like, "Fuck y'all," you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But Snoop Dogg and everybody be getting pissed the fuck off. It's funny to watch Snoop Dogg pissed off.
Did you see him
Yeah,
rage quit? He just goes, fuck! And then he throws the controller and he just like, that's one of the best videos I've ever seen in my life.
He really he loves that shit. But he's a vampire. He goes to sleep like 5, 6 in the morning, 3 a.m. to 5. If he has a chance, he'll play video games.
Yeah.
So I gotta put you on that list where you could go live with him. And
That'd be great.
But he plays like sports. We're into like fighting and.
See, I can do fighting games all day. I'm so bad at sports, dude. I was like, whenever I would play 2K,
It's over.
I throw the ball across the court, and that's how I play the game. That's how I play. I just wait. What is it? Air ball, right? or Hail Mary shots.
Half
and,
court shots.
Yeah.
You out of your
Always,
mind. What are you,
always,
Steph
bro.
Curry and shit. So we're gonna be. I shouted it out earlier. EDC China. Are you ready for that? Is it easy to get in? Because we want to come, but do I have to go through hurdles and stuff?
All you got to do
COVID
is
and all that stuff over there.
There's like there's a lethal laser at the entrance in the festival.
Oh.
So you got to jump over it, and if you don't, it cuts at the shin.
Yo.
So it's really painful. They actually have to bring you. No. It'll be really easy. We'll hang out. It'll be super fun.
Oh, I'm talking about like entering China. There's no issues.
It's cool.
Cool.
I can't help you. No. I wouldn't know.
I gotta call my lawyer. See, I haven't been in China since COVID.
Yeah, me neither.
So, but it's changing. Everything's cool. I've been to Saudi, all these other places.
Yeah.
So lax. Isn't it crazy how they don't even check?
Well, the one thing is like we're getting everything like officially figured out for September, and it's actually been like it's been a more involved process.
Okay.
Than before. So like they're like just everybody's security measures since COVID have just gone up, so it's been like interesting.
That's kind of crazy. Am I ever gonna see you at Rolling Loud or somewhere like that, or you just?
I would love to.
I would love to see you at Rolling Loud.
I mean, I'm a huge just fan of the festival and like all the artists and everything. I love Ski Mask. He's like one of my favorites.
You busted your ass when you were young. You DJ'd every bullshit little club. What was your first club? You remember the first club you DJ'd at?
The first ever was Soundgarden Hall in Philadelphia. I opened for Alvin Risk.
Wow.
Yeah, that was like.
You remember that day clearly? Like
yeah.
Everything.
My DJ.
Did it work out? Was it popping or it was terrible?
Well, I played Doors. And my controller, I had like a little Windows PC and like a little like a little Vestax Tornado controller. It died right before Doors, and like I had to reset my computer. And I was like praying. I was
live, like in front of everybody.
Yeah, but well, as Doors were opening, it came back on. So I got to do my set and everything. But that was just like the most nerve-wracking thing because I was like, oh no, my career's over right now. But yeah, it was great.
How does it feel to sell out the Exchange?
Great. It's been like I feel like I'm kind of getting back in my groove and I'm falling in love with for just DJing and performing again and making music and it's been fantastic. We sold out every domestic date so far and
that's fire.
You know, it's been great. I'm so thankful.
For a DJ that wants to like find success, what's the number one thing you have to do? Do you have to like dominate LA? Do you have to dominate underground markets? Like, you know, because there's like mad. I've been in like secret like underground EDM, like, you know, a lot of labels like EDM labels do them, and then you'll see like DJ Snake pop up for free or they test their new records and stuff like that. But do you have to like go through all that the way comedians do stand up and shit? And they get paid like $50, and do you have to do that also? It's about who you know.
It's definitely similar to,
like the hustling and all that. Did it take you years, or you got it quick?
I mean, for me, I was always like, I go by the golden rule: treat people how you want to be treated.
So relationships.
So like, yeah. I'm always like I just don't have a reason to be mean to anybody. You know what I mean? So it's like I've never really had an issue with anybody.
Only that one guy that texted you before you.
Oh yeah, other than than my rival.
Fuck him. You know,
but generally, like in the industry, I haven't had too many people that I'm like, oh my god, I don't like you. But yeah, no, I mean like I would just say, you know, like be true to yourself and be true to what you know your inner legend looks like, because it's nobody else's. Like people can try to tell you what's best for your path, but I've learned that, you know, for me personally, it's best to take everything with a grain of salt and like kind of pull what I can and not just take everything like in at once, and just kind of like, you know, that's how I kind of learn, I would say.
Were you a loner in the DJ like cliques and stuff? Because I, you know, over the years, you know, I know every DJ, but they always have like 4 or 5 they fuck with. They do festivals together. They click together. They don't really allow others to come in. Did you have to go through that too, or? I
mean, dude, it's still very clicky, to be honest.
Oh, it's still clicky.
It's still very like.
Really?
To be completely honest, it's like I really don't talk with anybody.
Wow.
I love all my contemporaries with burning passion, but nobody. I mean, there's just cliques. You know, every genre has its own, you know, kind of, I guess, mentality on how the scene should be run. And sometimes it just doesn't feel so clear, you know.
A lot of them click up is if they all in one lineup, whoever's the headline, there's a respectability of like not killing the crowd and
right.
Yeah, because you don't want the headline to you tire the crowd or you play like too many hits, and then it's weird. It's like me, like, you know, if some DJs respect me and they be like, yo, can I play? Is it okay if I play Lil Baby? Is it okay with hip hop?
Right, yeah.
I'm like, I don't give a fuck. Play that shit. I'm playing again. I got paid to do prime. I got paid to do like the prime time. So it doesn't matter if you play it now. To get your shine, do whatever. But now a lot of DJs are like that. You know, they'll be like, nah, don't play that. I need that for my set. You know.
Well, and that's the thing. I always connect that back to comics, right? It's the whole, like, you know, Iron Man, if you're nothing without the suit, then you shouldn't have the suit. Yeah, you know what I mean? If you're nothing without that one edit or 2 edits, you probably shouldn't be DJing, you know? And it's like some DJs just have to learn that the hard way, that, like, I've had to play sets without certain songs. Or, dude, I messed up and I played, this is the most embarrassing.
You played a single of the headline DJ? No way.
How about this? It's even worse. This was it. I think it was in New York, and I played Plain Jane right before Ferg went on, and I totally spaced out, and his TM comes up to me and he's like, you know, generally you don't play the person, like he was like, I don't know if you're new, but like I knew I'd messed up the second he pulled me aside.
Up, that meme comes on,
right as I heard "Ride" with them, I was like, fuck. Damn it, because it's like you can't stop the song, you know? You can't stop the song.
It's over. So I had to let it play out, and again, you know, I felt just like I was just like, what have I done, you know? And but see, that's why I feel sorry for you, because me being black, I did the Warped Tour, and you know, when you do Warped Tour, there's 2 stages. So while we're killing this stage at prime time, the other band is getting ready on the other stage because they got to connect their guitars and drums. So I'm black. I don't know these bands and shit. You know what I'm saying? my set, I play all, I came to the station here and I said, I went to the heavy metal department. I said, I want all the new cats that's kicking ass out there. So I have my folder. So I killed it I'm the only one that toured the Warped Tour with no band.
That's awesome.
All I had was a mixer. Like the owner of the Warped Tour was like, yo, who kid, you're really the only one that did a full 20, 30 city tour at prime time. We didn't have to do early times. The slots is like 6, 7 prime. Everybody's there. It's dark, effects, pyro.
Wow.
So I didn't know the other band was next. I played their mega hit on my set. Yo, you should see them. All of them are like holding their guitars. All of them are like wires. And like they're on the other stage like, yo, it was great. But because I was black, they were like, all right, we know you didn't know. Thank God. You would have got fucked up.
Bro,
you need to know. Like, if you white, you gotta know this shit. I didn't know. Like, I was doing I didn't know. I was doing Warped Tour, so I wasn't like familiar with that shit. So, but
the second it started playing,
it was like, the worst part, it murdered the set.
No, that's even worse.
It was killing everything.
That's even worse.
People were like, how does this black guy know this song? I just went to the fucking channel.
Yeah.
I said, give me all the hits. Give me all the. I don't want to play like fucking AC/DC. That's like, that's like.
Right.
Ugh, you black guy play AC/DC.
Like classic rock.
At fucking Warped Tour. So, that's that. I've always been like being a DJ. I don't mind learning. But I had my moment too. I just wanted you to, but I had it. I think that's kind of worse than I think.
No, that is most definitely worse for sure. At Warped Tour, are you kidding me? That's insane.
That's like snatching your set.
That's like.
It's like, you know what I'm saying? So
well, thank you for playing our biggest song.
Shout out to Diplo.
yeah.
Diplo is one guy you don't want to play his hits. Like, respect him. Please give him his respect.
But I mean,
he deserves it
his
anyway.
hits are so big, bro.
Leave him alone, please. Just leave him alone. Like, don't.
I love Diplo, man.
I've seen other DJs fuck up, and Diplo has a lot of fucking, respect and shit. He'll take you off his stage and put you on some other shit next time. So don't fuck with Diplo. Leave him alone. I know him for years. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man, dude. So, he's a sweetheart. I love him.
Super legend. You don't hang with chain smokers? Those guys are cool too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So that's good, man. A couple same dudes.
Hi, Drew.
And they're more nerdy than you, by the way.
I highly doubt that.
So let's shout out where you're gonna be at. Let's EDC China, and that's in August. I mean, that's in October.
Yes.
Do you have the exact date, or you want to shout out the exact dates?
I do.
So people can plan out their shit.
Have the exact date. I know.
I think we have your schedule right here. John over here is a snitch. What we got? What we got coming up? You're in
Seattle, July 28th. Oklahoma City, August 4th, right?
Oh yeah, the Phoenix Raceway, October 7th.
Oh, October 2nd.
Yeah, Freaky Deaky.
Freaky Deaky in Texas.
Yeah, that shit's lit. Yeah, you fuck with that shit. So what's the date for EDC again?
October 2nd.
October 2nd. So yeah, we'll be that'll be like 10 days before my birthday. So I'll be in China. Hopefully nothing happens to us, like we get arrested or anything like that. We should be okay.
It's gonna be super fun. I think every time I played Mainland before, it's always been like just
lit.
Such a great experience.
Super lit.
Like they have the best LEDs, the best their screens over there,
like multi-million-dollar joints.
Whew.
And they're known for that, China.
Yeah,
because they know they can't really like move and dance, so they need lights like to hit them and shit. They be like,
it's so fire. I love it.
And New Year's Eve, where are you gonna be at?
I'm doing Countdown in I was like San Juan. In San
Bernardino, or you're gonna be in San Francisco?
San Bernardino.
Yeah, San Bernardino.
It was either Diego or Bernardino.
We did. I think we did that once. Me and Waka with that big old group. They do like. I think they do like Europe. I forgot their names. They're like really old, but they're like respected. Damn.
Europe. I love Waka.
Trance. They do like trance and shit. They're like a trance.
Above and Beyond?
Above and Beyond.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I love Above
me and Waka we DJ with Above and Beyond. Like, I was just like,
how was that?
That was insane. It was like, who the fuck are these guys? And we did another event with them, like with the amusement parks and shit like that. That was another event. I don't remember that, but I know we did New Year's Eve with Above and Beyond.
That's legendary, man.
But yeah, man, I'm glad we had a nice chat, man. And hopefully you come back here next year because I want you to be a different person.
Yeah, absolutely. And this is just the beginning of the
This is just,
the 2.0.
Slushii 101.
Let's go.
It's not. What was your name before? Slushii.
Slushii, DJ Swoon.
Swoon.
Ugh.
Jai, you gotta go.
Yes, exactly. I'm swooning.
You are now entering the Whose House podcast.
Baby, I'm with you all night. I just wanna turn the lights on. In my drop top, all day, hell yeah, cause it's bright out. The way them diamonds shining on you, baby, oh yeah, bring them lights on. Cause on the homie, I be getting money, I ain't worried about the price now. Remember I was just flying trains, now I'm flying through the skyline. Little mama gon' give me brain, yeah, she love me all the time now. Like the bees, I be chasing honeys, got too many on the side now. Me and gang, we just at the top, and these haters want us to fall down. Me and Slushii, yeah, we act out. Know my nuts, you know we cash out. Know my brodies bring the racks out. And the Hellcat, yeah, we skirt out. Baby talking about us, they don't know us. We don't care what you heard of. We be riding around in the forecast, we don't care if it's swerving. Yeah, she want me. Yeah, know my nuts, she on me. She want me all over her body. I fly out of the country. Thought it was shit like a princess. I'ma get that car. Jump a town, just like Kawasaki.